Having an IVA does bring with it a fair few financial restraints, and as a result, it's easy to assume that you can't get a loan if you have one. However, for some individuals, this might not actually be the case. And in this video, we'll show you exactly where you stand if you have an IVA but are looking to borrow some money. But before we can look at any of that, let's take a look at what an IVA actually is in the first place. It stands for Individual Voluntary Agreement, and it's a formal way to manage your debts. In 2023, over 64,000 people in England and Wales used an IVA to get their finances back on track. So, can you get a loan with an IVA? Well, it depends. To answer this properly, there are some important rules you need to understand. 1. You can usually only borrow up to £500 without special permission. 2. For anything over £500, you need written consent from your insolvency practitioner. 3. Your credit score will take a hit, making it harder to get approved. Now, if you genuinely do need to borrow more money than this, there are a few options available. 1. Unsecured loans. 2. Credit cards. 3. Overdrafts. 4. Borrowing from family and friends. 5. Secured lending. These options may be limited depending on your personal circumstances. They also generally come with higher interest rates, so it's a good idea to talk to your insolvency practitioner before committing to anything. If you are set on taking out a loan when you have an IVA, follow these steps. 1. Shop around for lenders who work with IVA customers. 2. Compare rates carefully. 3. Gather all your paperwork. 4. Make your application. 5. Wait for approval. But the single most important step in this process is to consider the impact of the loan on your IVA terms, as borrowing without permission could put your entire IVA at risk. And 9 times out of 10, it's simply not worth jeopardizing this, no matter how much you're able to borrow. And on that note, it's also a good idea to look at your alternatives before thinking about taking on more debt. There's almost always a better option, and your insolvency practitioner or a debt charity may be able to point you in the right direction. Ultimately, getting a loan with an IVA isn't impossible, but it's also no walk in the park. It's also worth noting that taking out a loan could help you in the short term, but cripple you in the long run. So lay out all of your options and seek professional advice before you making any decision. And for more financial tips and tricks, make sure to check out the Afforda website. Just follow the link in the description.